Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Honorable Dr. Ellen Counter, the Director of the Howard Foundation, and I guess that the President, the respected President, Drew Faust, who I proudly say is the first woman founder and president of the Howard University, and I guess she isn't here. Thank you to the Howard University and Foundation and honorable guests, and especially honorable and respected Dr. Colonel Junaid. And most importantly, my dear friends, it is a great honor for me to be here with you. This is an important occasion for me, a very important occasion. Not because only I am receiving an award, but also I am here with my honorable, great and talented uncle and as well as Dr. Colonel Junaid, who did my first surgery in Pakistan 10 hours later when I was shot. I believe that God saved my life, people's prayers saved my life, and of course, Colonel Junaid saved my life. Thank you so much. I come from a beautiful paradise-like valley called Swat, which is in the north of Pakistan. 3 years ago, Swat was a target of terrorism. In the month of January 2009, the terrorists, they used to slaughter 2 or 3 innocent people every night. They snatched the right of freedom and equality from women. They blasted more than 400 schools. They snatched pens from our hands. And we had to hide our books under our shawls to pretend that we are not students. Those so-called Taliban were afraid of women's power. And they were afraid of the power of education. At that time, we did not keep silent. We raised our voice. We raised our voice for the right of education. We said that in this modern era, where even disabled and special children are educated, we women and girls are forced and pushed back to the Stone Age. Although few people spoke, but their voice for peace and education was powerful. When no one speaks and the whole world is silent, then even one voice becomes powerful. Swat is now a peaceful place where we can see that there are no terrorists. Schools are reopened and many girls are going to school. Dear sisters and brothers, You must be proud to be the students and alumni of this prestigious university. This university has great values and traditions. This dynamic institution has enlightened generations for the last 376 years. I know and I believe that you must have your personal legends and dreams, which is your due right to have. But all of us must have one dream in common, that is education and peace. We must think of a bright future. And let us not forget that we need to work a lot for children in suffering countries. Because there are many difficulties that the children, and especially girls, are facing, such as child labor, child trafficking, inequality, and cultural norms and traditions. We must think about the people of Syria who are homeless, and Syrian children are deprived of education. Children of Pakistan and Afghanistan are victims of terrorism. Let us not forget that the children of India are suffering from child labor. Let us not forget that in many countries like Nigeria, girls are suffering from early forced marriages and are victims of sexual violence. Let us not forget that in many African countries, children have no access to food and clean water, and they are starving for education. Let us not forget that women are not even accepted as human beings. Their rights are denied and are neglected, even in developed countries. Even in developed countries, they are not given the opportunities to move forward and to be what they are. But dear sisters and brothers, we are not here to make a long list of issues that we are facing. Rather, we are here to find a solution. And the solution is one, and is simple, and that is education, education, education. And today, we demand world powers. We demand them to realize that a war can never be ended by a war. We can fight wars through dialogue and education. And we demand the world powers that if you want to see peace in Syria, in Pakistan and Afghanistan, then instead of sending guns, send pens. Instead of sending tanks, send books. Instead of sending soldiers, send teachers. And let us remember that even one book, one pen, one child, and one teacher can change the world. Let us dream today. Let us dream today a dream of a bright future where every girl and every boy is going to school, where women's rights are accepted, where there is equality and justice. And let us stand up for our rights, and let us fight for it. We are going to be the future, and let us make our future now. And let us make today's dreams tomorrow's reality. Thank you so much.